Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Vahe, also known as MRCSP for my viewers. I'm back with another tutorial. I think this is a tutorial that all of the new streamers would appreciate. Streamers that are just starting, streamers that are streaming on budget, streamers that want to have a two PC streaming system going, gaming PC and a streaming PC, and but they don't want to spend a lot of money on other external devices to transfer the sound from one PC to another. And I'll do a step by step. I'll show you guys step by step how I set up my streaming PC or my actual my stream uh, without any additional devices and without any additional digital softwares to be installed. Like, I don't know, there's something called banana or a potato or things like that. I'm sure if you guys have been doing research, you must have seen those videos that are very, very confusing and require a bunch of work. And yeah, I honestly, I after working on that for 2 days, I gave up. It wasn't doing what I wanted to do, and it was just too cumbersome. And yeah, I came up with my idea. I'm pretty sure there are people that also know how to do this, but I haven't seen anyone do this online or anyone explain on how to do this. So I got it done myself. I've been streaming for past 2 months with this setup. I'm really happy. I'm actually right now recording with the same setup, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. So let me show you guys how this is done. It doesn't matter if you're using OBS, Streamlabs, or anything for streaming. For this setup, you are going to need OBS installed on your gaming computer. You're not going to be streaming with OBS if you don't want to, but if you have OBS and you're streaming with OBS already, then it'll be much easier for you. If you're not streaming with OBS, you're using Streamlabs OBS, I'll go step by step and I'll tell you what you need to do to get your Streamlabs OBS to actually be able to do what we're going to do today. So, on your gaming computer, install OBS. On OBS, there is in a tools option, you will see it says NDI output settings. You're going to click that and you click main output and preview output. Turn those on. Name your main output, whatever you want to name it. I named mine OBS Vahevan. So what this does, it starts sending this name on your network, over your network, so your streaming computer will pick it up and it will be able to connect to this computer and it will start receiving the data from this computer. So you turn this on, you click. Now on your streaming computer, if you have Streamlabs OBS, you will have to go to streamlabsobs.com. I will leave the link to this page in my under this video, and this will bring you straight to this page. You will click this link right here, New Tech NDI SDK Redistributable. Click this. It will download the file for you. You will double click the exe file and it will install the NDI on your Streamlabs OBS. So that is the only difference between Streamlabs OBS and just a simple OBS, the main or the original OBS, where OBS comes with this NDI built-in. Streamlabs OBS doesn't have it, so you have to install that. We will go later to the streaming PC and I'll show you what you need to do there. So let's go over a few settings that you need to set up on your gaming PC so you don't have to adjust any more sounds. You don't have to have any different devices where you could adjust your sounds, your volume of your mic, your Discord, your music, whatever. So if you open up OBS and you go to the settings in the audio, you could put your desktop audio, which is your main audio device, where whatever sounds your gaming PC produces, will be picked up with OBS. So when you play a game, OBS picks it up. When Discord people speak, OBS picks it up. Where if you play music, OBS will pick it up, right? Um, you guys will notice I also have my desktop audio Realtek digital output set up. That's another output in my system that I chose. You could choose another one. If you have, for example, NVIDIA video card, you could choose NVIDIA sound, right? And I will explain to you why I have selected this. And we'll also have the mic, Microsoft NVIDIA, my mic. It says Microsoft NVIDIA Broadcast because I am using Microsoft NVIDIA Broadcast software to remove any background noise, or else it would just be in my Blue Yeti stereo microphone. But I'm using Microsoft NVIDIA's broadcast software as my um, um, background noise removal. So that's what it is. Let's quickly talk about why I have Realtek digital output selected in here. So I want to play Spotify on my computer, so there's music in my background, and but I don't want to hear it myself. I could just let Spotify play, and I could hear it, and it will be playing over the game. And sometimes I hear it in my head and it bugs me. I can't concentrate on the game. So what I did was we go to it's an option of Windows. It's called Sound Mixer. So if we type in a search window, if you type Sound Mixer, you will see Sound Mixer options. When you select that, and you have to turn on your Spotify. You have to open up your Spotify software so it shows up in this Sound Mixer. And once you select it one time, it will always be there. If you close your Spotify, it will disappear from here. When you turn it on, it will appear, and it will have the proper settings selected, so they will not go away. So in here in the Sound Mixer, I told Windows that I want Spotify to use my Realtek digital output. That's one of my sound cards that I have. So it selected this digital output. I selected this digital output. So now my Spotify is actually playing, but I cannot hear it because my mic and everything is actually listening to my default sound settings, which is my Sound Blaster sound card. Yeah, that's that. Now, if I right now you can't see anything lighting up on Spotify, but if I turn on my Spotify music, you will see it started to play there. Now, I am on my gaming computer, so I cannot hear it, but I'm pretty sure right now the music is actually playing and it's being recorded on my streaming PC. If I shut up right now, you guys will hear. So you should be able to hear the music. You must have noticed that when I talk, the music sound goes down, and that's done on purpose. I decided to do it this way, so since I don't have any adjustment devices where I could adjust the sound on the fly and it doesn't bother the viewers and stuff when I talk, I set up sound filters in here, and that's what I'm going to show you guys right now. Let me turn off the music. So in the settings, in the audio, I have, as I showed you guys, I have 3 inputs, right? And those 3 inputs show up in here. I renamed one as the game. You could name it whatever you want. I named it as a game. This is my main desktop, my sound. So everything that plays on my computer, if I turn on the game, music, whatever, not the Spotify, but any YouTube music, whatever, this will light up, and that sound will be transferred to my streaming computer. I want my game sound to be the main sound. So when I don't talk, my game, just normal sound as I hear it on my PC, gets transferred there. But when I talk, I want the game sound to go down a little bit, and I want you guys to hear me much louder. So for that, let's go over all of the settings or all the filters that I have set up in here. Let's go to the game first, game filters. In the game filters, I have dedicated NDI output audio filter set up. There is no settings for this. And then compressor. The compressor, I have my mic as the a sidechain docking source. So what happens here is when I start speaking, the this filter brings down the sound of the game to a limit that I have set up in here until I stop speaking, then the game sound comes up. And I also have a filter on my game where uh, I want the game sound. I gave the game sound its own, loudness and settings, and I also set it up so um, the game go or doesn't get louder than I want it to be, I guess. Yeah. I've been listening to my games on my gaming PC, and I was adjusting all of the sounds to my liking. So little by little, I adjusted my game sound filters in here too, so the game sounds the way I want it to sound, and that applies to all of the games. So if there's a game that's louder than the other one, this will keep the levels to specified settings so it doesn't get too loud on a stream. Now, so you guys could look at my settings, could stop the video and look at the settings for the compressor also, mic, and these settings. Then we'll go to the mic filters. My mic filter has noise gate and gain. These are so I could clean up my mic sounds and stuff, but it has nothing to do with current tutorial. I have a compressor also on the mic, so if I get really loud, it doesn't get too loud over there. It actually will stop my sound at a certain level. It won't let it become too loud. So you could look at the sound settings here too. And I also have dedicated NDI to send the sound to my streaming PC. And then let's go to Spotify. It doesn't have to be Spotify, by the way. It could be any other software that you want to use to send music to your other computer, and while you don't want to hear it. So these are the settings that you would choose. So let's go to the filters. In here, I have the compressor. I name it compressor game, but it's the compressor filter. In here, my game is the sidechain. So when the game gets really loud, I want the music to go down so it doesn't get really crazy in a stream while there's music playing really loud and also people shooting and screaming in a game. So once the game becomes loud, the Spotify sound will go down. I have the mic, so when excuse me, when I talk, the music sound will go down again. And I also have the dedicated NDI. So those are the setups in here to adjust your sounds. Very helpful. I didn't have to go back and constantly adjust my sounds and see, oh, it's too loud and stuff. This actually works pretty well. There's one important thing in here that you need to follow. So you could click this knob, go to advanced audio properties, and you need to change the sync offset to -900. If you don't change this to -900, or at least this is the number that worked for me, it might be different for your network, but I had to change it to -900 for my Spotify, my mic, and my game. So my sound and my actual visuals all go to the streaming PC at the same time. Or else, if you leave it at 0, let's say you speak, people will see your lips move, and then your sound will get to the streaming computer within like a second or two latency. So you have to get this done. So make sure you guys remember this. So that's all with the setup on my gaming PC. Now let's go to the streaming PC. Let me move this mic so you guys could hopefully hear me better. Like this should work. Now on a gaming PC, I'm sorry, on a streaming PC, I had to turn on the display capture, so it's gonna look a little weird here, but this should be fine. You should still be able to see what I'm trying to show you guys. So on a gaming PC, I have, I'm sorry, on a streaming PC, I have a lot of devices here selected, but the main thing that I want you guys to see is the NDI source that's lighting up right here. Let's see if I could maybe move this just a little bit here. There we go. Ooh. Now that should be better, so you guys could see it without me, my camera covering it up. The NDI source. So before we open up Streamlabs, remember the first step I told you, you need to go to that website. You need to download the software, the NDI SDK software, double click that exe, and that exe will add the NDI to this PC. So, oops, go. Hopefully it's better now. Now let me show you guys how to check if it got added to your Streamlabs OBS. If you click on add new source right here in your library here, you should see it says NDI source. You double click that and then click on add source, and it will appear on as a source here on your yeah, I just add it again accidentally. No, right? Nope, it's right here, the only one. So it will be added right here as a source. You go to the properties of the NDI source and click on source name. So now it automatically detected my OBS Vahev 1 that I set up on my gaming computer, and it gave me the option to select it. So we're going to get, there's quite a few other options, but make sure you click on OBS Vahev 1 or whatever you name it. And then for the bandwidth, you select audio only. This is in case you are using NDI only for audio, okay? If you are actually using NDI to transfer your game, which is completely different video, and actually if you guys want to know more about it, I can make another tutorial. Just leave me comments and ask for that, and I'll show you guys on how you could set up the NDI. Pretty simple, but you could also set up NDI as your not just audio but also your video source, and it will use your network to send the data to your streaming computer, which you could then stream from there. In my case, I'm using Elgato card, which is a little different setup. Again, if you guys want to know how that's done, leave comments under this video, and I will make sure I'll make a video for you guys. But until then, we're only going to do what this video is about, is just move the sound from one PC to another. So we're going to click audio only, sync network, allow hardware acceleration, latency mode normal, and that's it, and click done. So now your NDI source will show up in here. You could also adjust how loud you want it to be or not. That's up to you guys. I have mine right here, the minus 44.7 dB. So that's pretty much it. Simple. I believe it was simple. There's a few things that you have to do, but it's pretty simple to set this up. So again, OBS on a gaming computer, all you need is turn on the NDI on that, put your sound sources and put those filters, adjust them to your liking, and then on a streaming computer, install that NDI SDK. It will add the NDI option to your streaming computer, and you will add it as a source, and that will take all your sound from one computer to another computer, and that's it. You don't need any additional devices, any cables, and all the other expensive stuff that people want you to buy and use. Of course, it helps when you're streaming, but if you are on budget, I believe this should be the best route to go with. What else? I hope I'm not missing anything. Nope, I'm not. If you guys want to know more on how to transfer your video from one computer to another, again, leave a reply and I will make a video for you guys. If this helped anyone, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, go ahead and give that thumbs up. And until then, thank you. Bye bye.